Thank you for that warm welcome, Alan. It's not in the script, you guys, but I wasn't supposed to cry until I gave my speech, so dang it. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Natalia Peña. As Alan mentioned, I am a senior studying computer engineering, a member of the Albert Dorman Honors College, a current semifinalist for the Fulbright Scholarship, a proud recipient of the Gilbert W. Glass Leadership Scholarship, and a former recipient of the Diane and Joel Bloom Scholarship. Thank you all for being here today. My journey towards pursuing higher education is deeply rooted in my own family's pursuit of earning their degrees, opportunities that would not have been possible without my mother's mother, Tita. As a child, I always heard stories of her immigrating to the United States and beginning her life in Texas. There, she met my grandfather, who became a math teacher, and together, they raised my mother, who also went on to become a math teacher. My mom and her siblings went to university on a mix of Pell Grants, scholarships, and work study. My tita would often tell me how proud she was of everything I was learning in school. She spoke about the dreams she once had of being an inventor, dreams that she passed on to me. Her stories shaped my own curiosity and ambition. On my dad's side, my grandmother was a nurse and a Vietnam veteran. She would tell me stories about how she tricked her parents into allowing her to study in another town so she could pursue her education. She was fierce and determined, and she raised children who all went on to attend college as well. This determination, the default understanding that you are destined for important things, is a powerful testament to the generational influence grandparents can have on their children and their grandchildren. So with all these stories of perseverance, it was never a question of, college was never a question of if, it was which one and how. I had never heard of NJIT, but after being recognized as a National Hispanic Recognition Scholar by the College Board, I was sent a complimentary waiver to apply. It was my admission to the Albert Dorman Honors College and their offer of a full scholarship, including room and board, that changed my life. My family celebrated with tears and pride. I called everyone to share my news, and I accepted the spot before I had even toured the campus. It didn't matter what NJIT looked like. For the first time, my worries about how I would afford college faded, and I began packing up my room. Coming here was incredible. Not the part where I left my family behind, but the part of being independent and surrounded by students who were just as driven, just as interested in deeper education, was the change I didn't know I needed, and I fell in love with NJIT. The journey was not always easy. It took time to find my rhythm while balancing challenging classes, heavy coursework, exams, meetings, volunteering. Through it all, I missed my family, and every school break when I had the chance to return home brought a sense of relief and comfort paired with a little anxiety in returning. When would I see them again? But have I also forgotten everything that I've learned? During my time at NJIT, I became deeply involved in student life. I joined student organizations, took on new opportunities, and was even featured in NJIT News a few times for my involvements and experiences. It was also incredibly meaningful as a Latina to witness NJIT officially become a Hispanic serving institution, a milestone that reflected the growing diversity and on campus and the community that students like me were helping to build. At one point, I learned there had been a change or an update to my scholarship. I met with my advisor, who helped me understand my financial aid package and reassured me that it was more or less unchanged. And through this conversation, I first learned about two people who would have a lasting impact on my college experience: former NJIT president, Dr. Joel Bloom, and the love of his life, Dr. Diane Bloom. As a recipient of their scholarship, I was invited to the annual scholarship luncheon in 2023, where I had the opportunity to meet them and thank them in person. The Blooms were and are incredibly kind, wanted to get to know me, and had told me they spent many years in Texas, which is where I'm from. They had no way to know this, but it felt like meeting guardian angels. Here was a couple that believed in me enough to help support my pursuit of higher education. As an out-of-state student, it meant so much to me knowing that there were people here on campus who were to support me in my corner. So over the next 3 years, Every time I saw them, I asked for a photograph. Our selfies became a small tradition, turning strangers into family, and is one of the memories I will cherish most from my time at NJIT. Joel and Diane, thank you again for your support, your inspiration, and for allowing me to take all those pictures with you. It meant the world to my family back home, who got to see firsthand the people who had joined them in cheering me on. I also want to extend my heartfelt thanks to the Honors College, Dean Hamilton, and all the university staff for their guidance, support, and patience as I worked towards my degree. I am deeply grateful for the opportunities NJIT and the Honors College have provided me with. Because of them, I now look forward to an even brighter future and hope to pursue a master's degree in human-computer interactions. To all the benefactors here today, on behalf of my fellow scholarship recipients and myself, I want to express our sincere gratitude and thanks for your support in helping us pursue higher education. Your generosity not only alleviates the financial challenges we face, but also reassures us that we have the encouragement, resources, and belief that we can achieve remarkable things, beginning with our degrees from NJIT. To the scholarship recipients here today, I hope the interactions you share with your donors today and anytime you see them leave a lasting impact and inspire you to one day pay it forward. The examples set by supporters like the Blooms have been especially meaningful to me, and I hope it motivates all of us to think how we can give back and support future generations of NJIT students. And to my fellow graduating seniors, we have a unique opportunity to carry this spirit of generosity forward. As President Lim mentioned, this year's class gift will focus on raising funds to establish the Class of 2026 scholarship. This initiative revives a once cherished tradition at NJIT, and I, for one, am excited to see it return. I encourage you all to get involved and be part of something that will not only keep us connected as classmates, but in supporting other students, future students, will allow us to lift as we climb. And to my parents, who have driven up from Virginia to celebrate with me, I may never have the words to express my appreciation enough. You were my first cheerleaders, my motivators, my comfort through all of my successes, but more importantly, my failures. A mis padres y a toda mi familia, mis hermanos, gracias. Espero haberte hecho sentir muy orgulloso. Te quiero. I love you all. Leaving NJIT will be bittersweet, but I will never forget the opportunities and memories from these 4 years. And to Dean Hamilton, who has been asking me if I'm graduating since the semester after he taught me in freshman seminar. Yes, I finally am. Thank you all so much for your time and generosity, but before I finish, I have one final request. Joel and Diane, would you mind joining me on stage for one more and hopefully not the last photo? Thank you all so much.